Hi, this is Mo from Smart Training 365. Most of us want to achieve our fitness goals as fast as possible. But to achieve those goals, it's not a matter of how hard we work. It's a misconception. It's a matter of how smart we work out, and it's all about efficiency. There are many factors involved to build a great physique, such as lifestyle, diet, exercise, recovery, frequency, genetics, etc. But today we're going to talk about exercise selection. Let's see which goals are the most common and which exercises people are using to achieve their fitness goals.
Boss, you good?
Good. A few questions.
Sure, go ahead.
What's your goal?
To be honest, my goal is just to stay healthy, man. I'm getting older. I know my metabolism is slowing down. Notice I'm gaining some weight. So my goal just coming to the gym is maybe lose a little bit of weight and stay healthy.
How does exercise contribute into getting healthy?
I feel like, obviously this is my chest day today. So doing about 8 to 10 reps, maybe 4 or 5 sets. I feel like doing this exercise obviously is gonna strengthen my chest area. I do a different body part every day, so that way I can train my whole body, but today is chest specifically.
Right, so this is contributing to getting healthy.
I guess everyone's definition of healthy, but
yeah.
I mean staying strong.
So strength
Yeah.
and building muscle is on your list of goals?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Part of it.
So let's say for chest, you chose this exercise. Any reason?
I mean, I like doing the incline, decline, and flat bench
Okay.
just to hit different parts of the muscle.
Okay.
So right now, you caught me while I
So
was
you're
doing my
doing this.
flat bench. So yeah.
What other exercises you do for the chest?
To be honest, I like doing free weights too. So I'll do this, and I'll do push-ups.
Okay.
Mostly because even when I'm not at the gym, I try to do at least 100 push-ups before going to bed. Another exercise that I enjoy is maybe anything to do with the cables, like flies. Yeah.
Which exercise you do for quads?
I would want to hit my legs a little bit more than I have right now. I was doing, say, squats before, but I feel like my posture is not too great, so maybe I have to start off with lower weights.
So why you choose the squat to work your legs?
I mean, it is one of the ones that I was shown before how to do, and there's always a squat rack here available.
So because it's available, or because most of the people are using it, or because you
probably
know
most of the people are using it. It's one of the main exercises that I know for legs.
Worldwide.
Basically. Yeah, worldwide. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
No worries, man. You have a good one. Take care.
Yeah.
So what is your fitness goal?
Right now my goal is just maintaining what I have. Build
Muscle
a little
mass?
muscle. Yeah, build a little muscle before summertime, and then do a cut in the spring.
So can we say that muscle building and fat burn is something that you're working on?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I see you working on your back now.
Yes.
Is this your go-to exercise to work the back?
This one and pull downs.
Why did you choose these two exercises?
It's the ones I've always done.
How long you've been working out?
Close to 30 years.
Oh, nice. Very good. You're looking good, man.
Thanks.
What is your go-to exercise for chest?
The press, bench press.
Bench press with a bar?
Yeah, bench press and dumbbell press.
What is your go-to exercise for quads and glutes?
Probably leg press and leg extensions. Hamstring curls, I guess, are the.
Okay, good. Is there a particular reason why you chose these exercises?
What I've always done, so I'm just creature of habit, and the ones I learned, so I think I just stuck with them.
Any injuries?
Neck. When I first started out, I used to do behind the neck, behind the head pull downs.
Yeah.
And I pulled the muscles in my neck, and for a lot of years it would be a recurring injury.
Were you doing it with a bad form?
No, well actually I think one time I did it, I was kind of looked as I was doing it instead of keeping in line. But the first time it happened, it was just lifting too heavy behind the head, and yeah.
So right now, I'm trying to stay lean while building muscle. So I'm doing a lot of cardio right now on the treadmill and on the turf, because that's how I'm gonna get my best proportions throughout my body. And then transition to abs and then upper body. So
nice.
Yeah.
So basically maintaining, building muscle while burning fat. So what is your go-to exercise for chest?
I would say the pec flies and the incline chest press. What else? I do a lot of variations of push-ups.
Okay.
I think that's key. And yeah, that's about it right now for chest.
What about quads?
quads, I do a lot of the squat press. I do like 5 sets of the squat press. I mean, when you're doing a lot of cardio and high intensity training, like that's hitting the quads. And then leg press as well.
Why did you choose these exercises, for example? Let's say for the chest, why didn't you choose the dumbbell versus cable, for example?
Yeah, I think it just works for me. Like, it hits deeper. Like, I just, wherever I can feel the burn, if it's like, you know, I know I'm doing something right.
Right.
I mean, I'll bench here and there. I know a lot of people like to go to that for chest, but I like to experiment.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of open to everything, but that's kind of the chest exercises I got working for me right now. So.
How often do you experiment with exercises?
Kind of like almost every day, honestly. I'm always like researching different things. My mom's a fitness trainer here, so
perfect.
I go to her for a lot of advice. She recommends this and that, so yeah, I got a lot of resources. So
that's lucky. Not everyone has that.
No, yeah, I'm spoiled for sure.
I wish you all the best for your competition, and thank you for your time.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
My goal in working out.
In working out, yeah.
Okay, starting this year, I thought about it differently. So what I want to reach right now in the next, say, 365 days, starting from the beginning of the year, is basically to tune up.
Okay.
Get my
fat, you mean?
get my fat down as much as possible, and trim, tune up my muscles. I don't want to be too big
healthy.
and
Okay.
healthy.
What are you planning to do to reach that goal?
Planning to do like 5 days a week, 2 days of full body. Every other day we'll do the definition for chest, the other day for the back.
Okay.
Meanwhile, my both arms gonna be done by the back and the back.
Okay,
and the
when you do back and chest.
Correct.
What's your number one go-to exercise for chest?
Okay, that's a push press.
The push press, the machine?
The machines, yeah. I don't do free weight.
Okay.
You know.
And for the back?
For the back, the same thing. I'll do that. Pull down.
Pull down machine?
Yeah.
And for legs, do you do legs or?
My legs is where I do me and you doing the pickleball. So that's when I use it for the legs,
Yeah, we play
basically.
pickleball. Thank you very much.
My pleasure, my friend. Good to see you always.
As you can see, most goals include building muscle, burning fat, and being healthy, which is not surprising. There are 2 ways to achieve these goals. You can choose the hard way, although you might not realize that. And by hard, I mean working harder than you need to, causing you to spend more time, energy, and increasing the likelihood of injury to achieve your goal. Or wisely, choose the efficient way that will get you to your destination without the wear and tear and the wasted effort. Either way, you can achieve your goals. The difference is how quickly, how efficiently, and how easily. So how can you achieve your goal quickly and safely? Besides the required factors I mentioned earlier to build a great physique, exercise selection plays an important role on how fast we can reach our goal. The exercises we use should be efficient, productive, and safe. Efficient means investing the least amount of energy or effort to optimally load the target muscle and get the highest benefit. Productive refers to how efficacious that exercise is, how precisely it mimics the target muscle ideal anatomical motion, whether its resistance curve matches that target muscle strength curve, whether or not various neurological conflicts are occurring, etc. All these factors determine how productive that exercise is. And lastly, safety. Does the exercise require a natural joint motion or an excessive amount of joint rotation, whether or not the spine is excessively or unnecessarily loaded? Many people, especially youth, don't pay attention to this detail until it's too late. Safety is very important after all. It's hard to enjoy life and benefit from training if one is injured. Most of the people I interviewed want to build muscle and lose fat. When the goal is muscle building, using compound exercises is not as efficient as using an exercise that mimics the anatomical function of the targeted muscle and works it at its full potential. Many of the beliefs regarding traditional exercises have been based on dogma and emotional bias rather than on physics, biomechanics, or logic. Many say compound exercises are better than isolation exercises to build muscle. This is false. Compound exercises can be good for certain applications, but they are generally not better than isolation exercises for muscle development. The amount of weight lifted during an exercise accurately reflects the amount of load a muscle receives. This is also false. An exercise used by a person with an outstanding physique is proof of the efficacy of that exercise. False. Exercises shown or recommended in commercial fitness publication are probably good, and commercial fitness magazines are scientific journals dedicated to consumer education rather than profit. Neither is true. Trainers and physical therapists are all well informed. In fact, many trainers and physical therapists are themselves misled by the fitness industry. There's a place and time for compound exercises. For example, if you're a power lifter or an athlete, these exercises have a place in your training program because they mimic the sport or the activity you're doing. Safety, in this case, is not the #1 priority, even though most of the time these exercises are included in injury prevention training. The reason I say it's not #1 priority because these athletes are already doing risky movements on the field, which require including risky sport-specific resistance exercises in the gym. But if the person's goal is to build muscle and get stronger, using the Brick 20 exercises is the most efficient way to achieve that goal. If you're new to our channel and don't know about our training system, the reason the Brick 20 exercises are the most efficient to build muscle is because they comply with 16 biomechanical factors that determine exercise efficiency. You can learn more about these 16 factors by watching this video. The link will be in the description. But briefly, resistance exercise is governed by these 16 principles. They allow a person to logically evaluate the efficiency of any resistance exercise. An exercise with higher compliance with these principles has a higher value in terms of muscular development, energy cost versus benefit ratio, and safety. An exercise with lower compliance of these factors has a lower value. Here's a video I did with the one and only Doug Brignoli discussing the benefits of compound and isolation exercises. If someone is doing isolation, is there benefits with doing compound movement as well?
Okay, the first thing that has to be understood is that a muscle that's working, whatever muscle it happens to be, bicep, tricep, pectoral, whatever it happens to be, has a job to do. And it doesn't know whether it's working all by itself during an isolation exercise, or whether at the same time another muscle over there is doing something else. It has its job to do, and that's all it cares about. So the idea that the benefit that a muscle would get from a compound movement being somehow different, better or worse than the benefit it would achieve by doing work isolation, is a mistake, right? Now, you might say that it saves time to do a compound exercise because you're working, let's say, 3 muscles at one time. But the only way that would make sense is if each of those 3 muscles that are working as well as they would be working if they were working in isolation. If that were true, then it would in fact be a time saving. But the question should be, are you willing to work 1/3 as long and get half as much benefit on each of those contributing, participating muscles? Now it's a little different, right? To someone who says, wait a minute, I'd rather get full benefit, even if it takes me a little more time. All right, well, then you want isolation. Now, here's the other thing, is that most compound exercises, as much as people think they're beneficial, are compromised. Right? Because when you're doing an exercise, let's say parallel bar dips, or squats, or clean and jerk, or power cleans, or a number of other exercises, if you look at the joint that's moving, and you look at the range of motion that each muscle is doing, and you look at the resistance curve that each muscle is doing, you'll discover that all of those movements, all of those muscles, all of those joints are doing something a little or a lot less ideal than they would do in isolation. Which means that there's going to be not only reduced benefit, but possible risk of injury. And wasted effort, wasted energy. So as just one quick example, if you're doing like barbell squats, right? Engagement of the muscles that extend the hip at the same time that you're engaging the muscles that extend the knee creates a neurological interference, such that one sort of cancels out the other a little bit, right? Each muscle is there compromised. Part of the quadricep is compromised. Part of the gluteus is compromised. Part of the hamstring is compromised because of a thing called reciprocal innervation, which is a central nervous system trigger. So one of the reasons why people hate squats so much is because they're really hard. And they're really hard in part because of this neurological interference. They would be better off separating those joint functions and getting full benefit. Would it take a little longer? It would take a little longer, yes, but you get maximum benefit, minimum risk. So, to do compound and isolation in one, at the best would be called redundant. It's more of the same. At worst, it's just unnecessary waste of time. You're better off focusing on the isolation exercises. Now, the only exception to that would be if you are a football player or if you play a sport that requires a particular movement that is very similar to a compound exercise, then there will be a type of learning of the movement, a type of coordination of the movement that you can cross over to the sport.
What about if he's a football player and they do these isolation exercises, plus the movement itself that they do in the football, they repeat it and repeat it. Is there a benefit like that?
Well, yes, exactly right. Now, the strength that each individual muscle gets during an isolation exercise is as good as the strength it would gain in a compound exercise, which means that if you were to use that muscle in a compound movement on the field, it will perform just as well, if not better, than it would have if you'd done a compound exercise to strengthen those muscles. A stronger muscle is a stronger muscle, and it's going to work together with other muscles anytime it needs to work. It doesn't have to be trained that way in order to work that way. But if you were training for a particular sport, the best thing you can do is isolation exercises and then skill training, rather than trying to do a resistance exercise that then mimics.
So it's not the opposite.
Right. You're better off doing the skill, like if you're a tennis player or if you're a shot putter or whatever, you need to, do the skill movements, the coordination movements, the learning of that, of the, gyroscopics of that movement. And then you can get the strengthening done much more efficiently, much more safely by way of isolation exercises.
Selecting the right exercises is essential to get the results you want. Many people in the gym are using the wrong exercises for their goals. They are following what everyone is doing, spending too much time on cardio, using the wrong machines, following the wrong advice. All these factors can lead to not making progress, which can also lead to demotivation and injuries. This is why it's important to learn about the 16 factors so you understand what makes an exercise efficient. Only then you can make educated decisions that will get you to your destination efficiently and safely. If you are simply not interested in learning about the 16 factors, you're only interested in the exercises, check out the Brick 20 program. I recommend you try these exercises for at least 3 months. You will be surprised how much progress you can make in terms of muscle building and strength. We have hundreds of reviews from people who used conventional exercises before switching to the Brick 20 exercises and never looked back. The best way to know if it's true is to try it. Every day we have new people discovering Smart Training 365 and want to know more about the Brick 20. So here is what you should know. The Brick 20 are the 20 best exercises for optimal muscle loading. What does that mean? Optimal muscle loading means that you're going to invest certain amount of energy during a Brick 20 exercise, and that energy will give you the biggest percentage of load on your target muscle. An exercise that requires 2 or 3 times as much weight as a Brick 20 exercise does, but loads the target muscle less, is an inefficient way of loading that muscle. We're all about efficiency, getting the most load with the least wasted effort. This is why these exercises are pretty much for anyone who does resistance training. General gym goers, competitive athletes, bodybuilders, powerlifters, etc. As I said earlier, if you're an athlete, a stronger body will always be a better body when it comes to competition in sports. So incorporating the Brick 20 in your training will be beneficial for strength and injury prevention. Bodybuilders, you will be able to work each muscle to its full potential, help eliminate muscle imbalances, improve symmetry, all that without jeopardizing frequency and recovery. Physiotherapist, of course, you're included. It's true that a lot of what we talk about here is aimed at a non-physical therapy audience, but the fact remains that everything we talk about in the Brick 20 program is the safest and the most healthy way of doing an exercise. We're all about not straining joints, protecting the spine, improving joint mobility and flexibility, doing things in the most natural way possible. If you have an existing injury, you may be limited because of scar tissue or limited range of motion, but you will most likely be able to use the Brick 20 because, as I said, they are the safest movement for joint that either isn't injured or has been injured. Assuming you can tolerate that because you've been injured before. But this takes the guesswork out. And lastly, if you're all about speed, and who isn't, right? We want the fastest results in the shortest amount of time. Well, that's about efficiency. If you're going to do an exercise that's only going to give you 70% of the load to the muscle as compared to the Brick 20 exercise, then you're going to lose 30% of the speed. So the best speed is going to be had with the most percentage of efficiency exercises. If you really want to understand the truth about compound and isolation exercise, we have a great webinar that you can watch for free that goes in details about why you should not use compound exercises if your goal is optimal muscle development. How did compound exercises become popular? Biomechanical analysis of some commonly used compound exercises and how inefficient they are in terms of optimal muscle loading, and much more. You can find the webinar link in the video description. I hope this video made you think, made you curious to research and rethink a few things that will help you improve your exercise selection and reach your fitness goals efficiently. As usual, if you need to learn more about our training system or the Brick 20 exercises, visit us at smarttraining365.com or email me at mo@smarttraining365.com. Thanks for watching.